Welcome back to my third vlog, y'all. Trying to keep it pushing, trying to keep it moving. But today, as I said in my previous video, majority all of my videos will be focused on women specifically. So we just gonna keep it moving, and this one is going to be the importance of building self-esteem into young girls. I think when you start young and you create that self-esteem into a young girl, they will become a proud and confident woman. Not to say that proud and confident woman still won't have challenges, but when it comes to her confidence, knowing who she is, the importance of who she is, I think that will help in the long run when she becomes an adult. Now, the first thing I think is so important to talk about first is speaking life into them, right? Because you got to realize when you talk to them, especially parents, when you talk to young girls at a young age, that is their inner voice as they continue on until they find something new as an adult or try to heal that as an adult if it was negative. So those things that you tell them, be mindful that they are repeating those things to themselves. Then we have to remember young girls are impressionable, so when you say certain things as far as how their body looks or things they need to change or things they need to alter, they're going to take that with them. So I think it's important to teach young girls how beautiful their natural selves are. This is not to say I am against enhancing your beauty from the outside, but make sure they know that what they've given from birth is good enough as long as they're healthy. I think it's important to teach them not to alter themselves, but alter the people that's around them if they're having negative conversations about them and just doing a disservice to them. Now, the second thing I would say is watch how they speak to themselves. This is tea, because girls, especially when they're with their friends, they say things like, oh, I wish my hair was this, or I wish my skin was this, or blah, blah, blah. When you hear that, correct them. There's nothing wrong with your hair. Your hair is beautiful. Now, we can find products that works best for your hair if you want certain styles and wear it a certain way, but there's nothing wrong with your hair. Same with your face. There's nothing wrong with your face. I know in high school, when they start getting acne and stuff, and it's normal, what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with you. Just watch and listen to what they say and be quick to correct. Don't let it continue on and have them go through a whole little spiral. Check it at the door. I don't know if y'all recall this viral video of a woman doing a girl hair, and the girl, she was a dark-skinned little girl, and she was like, I'm so ugly. And instead of just laughing it off like, girl, you're not ugly, you not. She told her, she spoke life into her. She told her, there's nothing wrong with your hair. You have pretty hair. Look at your face. You have a beautiful face. That is so important. Like, what if she would have just let that go? Like, and that little girl still to this day thinking that she ugly. You know what I'm saying? Because she's hearing that from somebody. Somebody's telling that. Whether it's in her home or whether it's at school. Like, and she checked it and it clocked, and the girl started crying because that made an impact to her. So, like, even when you hear them talking, even if it's in a joking way, let them know there's nothing wrong with you. And in doing this, I think it's important to show what a confident woman is, and that's starting with yourself. Whether you're a mom, auntie, cousin, this is all across the board. When it comes to representing two young girls, just show them what it looked like, and show them the days with, look, I'm just not feeling it today. I know I still look good, but today I'm just not feeling it today. That's okay too. Make it reality. You know what I'm saying? Don't fluff it up to make it something it's not. Be real about it. Now, I have a quick story time before I continue. So, with me being a dark-skinned girl, of course, when I was in like grammar school, or some states call it middle school, I had the dark-skinned jokes. But the good thing about it, and then when you got to high school, baby, you was fine, chocolate, you was all that. You know how that went. But, it was a lot, but it didn't affect me. And the crazy thing about it, it wasn't the fact that they made me feel I was ugly. It was the fact that I knew I was beautiful. And it was like, why couldn't you see it? That's the aspect. And I'd rather have been there than to be, oh man, I really am ugly because I'm dark skinned. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was more so of, I know I'm pretty. I know why don't y'all, you know what I'm saying? That was the thing for me, and I love that for me. And going back, when I was a little girl, my mom had this doll, right? And I don't even think she know how important this doll was to me. But she had this doll, and I could not play with it, y'all. But I had a whole bunch of dolls, okay? But this one particular doll, it had like fine jewels, and it was like the thing. And she used to put it at the very, very top of the shelf. And she didn't want me to mess with it because she wanted to stay put together. Because kids, baby, we'll take the wig off, take all that stuff off, right? But I don't think she know, to me, that showed that doll, by her being dark skinned, like, she was important. Like, she was not to be touched. You know what I'm saying? She was to be. And I don't know if she meant to do that, or she just liked the doll and wanted it at the top by her being dark skinned too. But that's what that really taught me. Like, that taught me like she's precious. She's, you know what I'm saying? So that was already instilled in me. And then my mom used to play India Ari out, child, down to the ground. And then being her being pretty and being confident, like seeing her just singing and just loving on herself, like she just did a really good job of like showing self-confidence and just being happy and loving on yourself and just appreciating your chocolate skin. Quick story time. We gonna continue. Shout out to my mama. Now, going back to the list. Another thing I feel like we should be teaching young girls is how to love themselves before they love anybody else. Let's talk about it. I think a lot of times when you grow up as a young girl, you're taught how to love other people, right? And how to be there and how to just take in other people's things, but not necessarily diving into how you should take that same amount of energy and put it into yourself. Now, again, coming through the Black generation, it comes from women feeling like they had to take care of it all, and it didn't start with them. It didn't start with their parents, and it didn't start with their parents. It's just a pathology that has been gone down, and we're not really as a unit. Of course, there's families and other people, like my mom, she taught me how to love, but as a unit, okay, we're not taught how to love ourselves the same way. And I feel like that's important because I feel like that negates you from being in bad situations, right? So like if you love yourself more than a situation that's not really good for you, you're going to always pick yourself. But if you're not putting that same amount of energy into yourself and loving yourself, you might love the very thing that might not be good for you, and you will be picking that over picking yourself. I feel like no matter what, how you feel and your emotions and everything should come first, and then everything else should come secondary. I personally just don't want little girls to grow up and feeling like they have to be there for everybody and not themselves, and have to serve everybody but themselves. Like when they start, creating families and they putting everybody first and they putting them last, and then life is just going by and you haven't progressed or haven't done anything for yourself. I feel like women deserve that as well. I do not believe women should stay stagnant and unhappy for the sake of a family. I feel like everybody in the family should be growing. Of course, there are stages. Of course, there are sacrifices you got to make. But in general, absolutely not. Now, I think giving young girls daily affirmations is perfect. I do them as an adult, and starting young, just saying little things like I'm beautiful, my hair is beautiful, my skin is beautiful, I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I have bad moments and not bad days. Just training your mind to be more positive and how to move past different adversities. Because sometimes, even as an adult, you forget. You forget the type of, person you are. So I can only imagine as a child learning these things and growing. So yes, I think that should definitely be on the list. Now, when it comes to being older than the young ones, right? I think everybody should give people grace. I don't think you should be so hard on them, and more so explain, so they can expand their emotional intelligence. Because I cannot stand when people teach kids like, because I said so. to me, you're just stunning their emotional growth. Explain to them so they can have some type of mind of their own and they can understand it and they can take that lesson somewhere else. So I think giving grace to young girls is a good thing, and being patient with them. And this takes me to the next point. Now, I've never had this experience, but I've heard women say that parents tend to be more nicer on their sons than on the women when it comes to them as a child. So they might have the daughter go around the house doing everything, you know what I'm saying, going to work, while the son is just chilling and playing, and you constantly coming at the girl, but the boy you give excuses for. Now, I'm trying to stay focused because I'm going to almost take it to a whole nother topic. But all I'm saying is, I'm not going to even dive into that. But all I'm saying is, be more patient with them. Womanhood can be something else, especially when everybody is on your case. Every gender, every subject. Kobe, why you come over here breathing in my video? That's my Pomeranian, y'all. But yes, you know, it could be a lot. Let's move on. The next thing I would say is allow little girls to have an opinion. You know, not everybody have to agree, even if you're an adult. You know, allow them to just explore themselves mentally. I think that is so big, and it's so important that a woman has a mind of her own. Not what her mama told her, not what her daddy told her, not what her grandpa told her. What do you think? Right? What did you come up with? I think that is so important. And this comes with not stunning your kids' emotional growth by being mad. Because I notice when kids ask questions, that's when they become disrespectful. And to me, when a parent say you're being disrespectful, you're escaping accountability, right? Now, if the child is cussing at you, being rude, okay, cool. But if she's just asking a question and she made a point, dive in and be emotionally responsible with that and have a conversation with the child. And again, this is not just a parent-child type dynamic. This can be your niece, your cousin, your sister, etc. Now, the last thing that's on my list is health. I personally feel like there is a huge epidemic in body placement, body dysphoria. It's just a lot going on. And I feel like let's go ahead and dive in real quick. Now, before I start, if you want a BBL as an adult, that is your business, right? But when it comes to these young girls, what I'm noticing is that the young girls are having BBLs at 21 and 20. Your body haven't even fully developed. You don't even know what your body's going to look like. And they're already putting these foreign objects in their body. And then we have casualties, for example, K. Michelle spoke on how she had to get all that stuff out because at one point she couldn't even walk. Like, she almost messed up her ability to walk because of having those foreign objects in her body. It's not worth it. And I feel like we really need to get to the root of it. Now, I understand exercising and dieting is hard. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to y'all. That stuff is hard, especially when you like to eat like me. I get that. But if we're not going to diet and not going to you still need to find other alternatives, because promoting these BBLs to me, it's just hurting us rather than helping us. Now, if you want to get nip tuck, mommy makeover, whatever. But if you're just doing it just to be lazy, I don't think we should be promoting that. And then you got Zeus Network. Let's talk about it. Are we really finna watch this girl get a whole BBL rollie? That girl is in full pain. And that's and then it don't even look that different. Not even trying to be a hater. It don't look that different. So I don't understand why she just didn't go to the gym. And then all the bodies look the same. But I'm going to stop because I don't want people to think that I'm going in on BBLs and body shaming. But I just want us to just love our body more and just try out healthier ways to lose weight. Because if you want a butt, I mean, it's squats, it's running. You know what I'm saying? Like, these things are possible. And you're working on your health at the same time. So it's a good benefit for you. Because, I mean, if your health is bad, you getting a BBL, that won't do nothing for you. I feel like Zeus Network could have really took their time to talk about real healthy options that you can take. I did like how they did the BBL versus Team Natural. Childish as hell. But they did support being natural and they embraced being natural. So I like that. But I feel like they really could have took that time because there's so many black people going into health. Natural herbs. Nick Cannon, you was almost finna get canceled for Dr. Seppi. This was your moment. This was your moment to bring in Dr. Seppi. But you want to talk about bad versus wild. That's all I'm saying. So overall, give these babies some grace. Love on them. Speak life into them. Let them know how important they are. Make sure to show them how to love themselves. And daily affirmations is key for good reminders. And yeah, y'all, you know what, we're gonna figure it out. I feel like the women need to be talking to the women and the men need to get out of women's spaces. So I'm gonna take the time to speak to women and just say things that, you know, I feel like needs to be said. And if y'all feel like y'all disagree, I love that because I'm open to learning and hearing new perspectives. If y'all agree, make that known in the comments. And if y'all want me to talk about other things or look at other things, make sure y'all put that in the comments too, because you know I'm into the women topics. Okay, but that concludes this vlog. I know it was a little short. I'm gonna try to extend them a little longer. This is my third vlog, so I'm still a little new to this, y'all, so bear with me, but we're gonna get them a little longer and we're gonna try to work on a little setup too, you know. But thank y'all for watching and see y'all, and make sure y'all have the notifications on. Yeah, I'm talking to you.